All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show. I'm your humble host, Victor Gwynn, aka G Money, aka I am my brother's keeper. Hey, so it is week 11 in the NFL. Welcome to Football Sunday. I'm excited to be here. If you're just tuning into the show and you're new to the show, all you got to do if you want to be a part of the program is to call into the show, and I'll show you exactly how you can do that right now. All you got to do is follow the information that is provided to you on the bottom of the screen, which I will gladly show to you right now. And I gotta say, I'm super excited for this weekend's games because let's do a recap. Last week, in week 10 of the NFL. Oh, not week 10. So let's go back to Thursday Night Football, when the Tennessee Titans just dismantled. The score is not indicative of the way this game went. The Packers just got destroyed by King Henry and the Tennessee Titans 27-17. Green Bay is in a world of hurt right now. If the Minnesota Vikings win this game, they basically can lock up the NFC North. I mean, which is just, it's just odd. It's just so odd right now. So Packers right now are 4-7. 4-7 is so odd to say when you're thinking about a Green Bay. You're thinking about an Aaron Rodgers-led Green Bay Packer team, and it's just tremendously odd to watch. Green Bay Packers just look this bad, but it's a culmination of a lot of things. One, Aaron Rodgers doesn't have his go-to guy anymore, which is Davante Adams, and Davante Adams is already in the Raiders organization. For one thing, I didn't know this, but apparently they offered him more money than the Raiders did. So what does that tell you about how Davante Adams felt about being in Green Bay? Did he not want to play with Aaron Rodgers anymore, or because Aaron Rodgers just was flip-flopping and didn't want anybody to know exactly what his plans were? But tremendous games today. Tremendous games. I'm super excited. At the end of today, I'm gonna give something different today for all my bettors out there, for my little degenerate bettors, including myself and my family out there. If you want to, I'm gonna give my best bets. It's gonna be some overs and unders, some money lines and some spreads for those who are interested in putting their money where their mouth is today. But all right, let's get into these games today. But first, I want to take, if you want to be part of the program, 512-539-0686. Call in, holla at your boy. Let me know what you think about your team today. And what do you think about what's going to happen today? What's going to excite you today about football on November 20th? I mean, we're 4 days away from Thanksgiving, so think about that. And my New York Giants play on Thanksgiving, so it's going to be something that's astronomically for me and for other Giants fans I know out there. They're going to be super excited for that game. So, without further ado, Chicago, Atlanta. All right, Chicago, Atlanta. Chicago fans, I know you're excited. You're 3-7 right now. Atlanta is, 4-6. There's a lot going on with this team. Chicago, your quarterback's playing well. However, hold on a second. I'm getting a call here on my Skype, which is a little weird because I'm not receiving a call right now. Call me back. Let me see who this number was here. Hold on a second. I'm going to call this number back. I don't know who this 855 number was, 845 number, but I'm going to call back. and see what we got here. I had a caller call in 845-705-6579.
Hi, this is 845-705-6.
Okay, I got somebody's answer machine there. That's fine. All right. Got our first caller here for the show. All right, caller. Welcome to the show. It's your first time calling? Where are you calling from? What's your name?
Hey, Victor, it's Eric.
Hey, Eric, what's going on? How you doing?
How you doing, buddy?
I'm good. Hey, Eric. So, first of all, Eric, I apologize from last night. I just don't know what the technology portion of that volume I couldn't get right last night to try to get ahead of your show there. It was just it was disappointing because I wanted to talk to you guys. You guys had a great show last night.
Yeah, we definitely want to have you on, Victor. You got a wealth of knowledge on sports, and I think the three of us chatting sports would be a definite bonus to fans out there who want to learn, who want to get involved, and who want to actually win some money, like you said before.
Oh, definitely. Outstanding. Definitely. Best bets, whatever, from PFF. I got a whole bunch of knowledge for you guys that I'm spreading out here. Before I get started, Eric, let me just let everybody out there know in Facebook world and who follows Speak on the Sports about your show, the Murph and E-Dub show. Explain what you guys do and when can we listen to you guys and where?
Yeah, thanks, Victor. It's the Murph and E-Dub show. That's M-U-R-F and E-Dub, two D's on the dub. We're on Podbean. You can look us up. We do a show Friday night, 9 o'clock Eastern time. That's our bet show. So we do 9 to 11. And then we do either a show on Tuesday, Wednesday. I don't know about this week because of the holiday.
Yep.
We'll be with you on Friday night and stuff. And basically, we go through it all. We're mostly dominant baseball and football. But like last time, we did touch on some NBA. And we want to get back into the NBA. And, a little sprinkle hockey there, too, and stuff like that. Maybe some college sports. Thank you for putting the score out there last night, talking about the upset that was going on. But, yeah,
Plenty.
We are working these up, and we're on Podbean.
Podbean, outstanding. And I'll post that. I have their information, guys. I'll post it up in the comments here, and I'll post it on my web page, my Facebook page as well. And we'll definitely get you guys out there. So you guys had some great topics last night, and I was just posting up there for the score because it was just I was looking at the score. I said Tennessee is losing 63-38 to South Carolina. I mean, what a whooping! What a whooping!
Where's the defense?
On both squads. I mean, if you think about it, 38 points, but 63 points is a lot to give up, especially if you're the number 5 team in the nation.
Crazy.
Yeah, definitely. So let's talk about some professional football today, because I'm looking at a lot of games today with some implications of teams that can either go north or south right now. So you're looking at the New York Jets and the New England Patriots. So Patriots already beat the Jets one time this year, and the Jets have a record of 6-3. Patriots are 5-4. Patriots could be leading the AFC East. Oh, well, not leading the AFC East, but be tied or be second place, depending on how Buffalo does today. And the Jets could be in third place. How weird is that?
Crazy. Actually, this game is probably the most important game for the Jets in over a decade. They've lost to New England 13 straight times. They haven't won it Foxborough since the playoff game, I guess. But, it's definitely one of the biggest games for the Jets, and this will make or break their season. And I just want to give you a breaking news, Victor, about the Giants and Lions game this afternoon in the Meadowlands. The wind, 25-mile-an-hour wind. So that might affect both the passing game and the kicking game. But I know you'll talk about that later. But I just wanted to give you that update. It's just across the wire.
Well, thank God that we don't have a passing game there, Eric, because it would affect us. But I'm looking at I'm looking at the Detroit Lions, and that's what they do. They pass the ball, play action, but they also run with Jamal Williams and DeAndre Swift. I don't know if DeAndre Swift is going to play today. I think he might be out. But it's going to be interesting that those wins and it's going to affect the kicking game. It always affects the kicking game. And the kicker who knows how to kick in MetLife Stadium is the kicker who's going to prevail, in my opinion. But thanks for that update. I appreciate that. And yeah, something to look out for those Giants fans today who are worried about those things that are equalized the game today. And weather is going to be definitely something that's going to affect both teams. But the Giants have the upper hand, though. So, what game today are you really looking forward to today, Eric? What game has caught your eye? What game are you looking forward to? What game is the game that's going to say, "Hey, I'm watching this game from the first quarter till the last freaking second in the fourth quarter"?
Well, no doubt the Jets New England game, Victor,
Mm-hmm.
and also I'm gonna have eyes on the Buffalo Cleveland game that's being played in Detroit, which was almost not played at all, you know. So I'm interested to see that game and how the Browns' game plan will be. Will they be going heavily on Chubb and Hunt, Josh Allen off the field? So I'm kind of like interested in that game as well.
So so going back to that Cleveland game when you're talking about Cleveland Buffalo, did you hear about how Buffalo fans they're just next level. They actually plowed the way for the players to get to the stadium, to get to the airport, and they plowed the runway. I mean, this is crazy. I've never seen, and most of them are shareholders, sort of say, for the that team. I don't know that per se. I mean, that's more like Green Bay, I think. But Buffalo, those fans are something else. I mean, would you out there? Would you go ahead and shovel the turnpike for the Jets?
Absolutely not.
Oh no! Yeah.
And they said that Bills fans were already setting up the tailgate and stuff. Now, I've been to Ford Field. I've been to that area. It's not really like they opened tailgating area like it is in Buffalo or at the Meadowlands. So I only wonder where they're going to make these fires and do the grilling and stuff like that. But there's a reawakening. But they did sell over 60,000 seats for this game, believe it or not.
And I wonder where that revenue goes to. I don't want to get deep into that. That's kind of weird, but where's that revenue go to? Because it is a home game for the Bills. I mean, they had to basically, move to a different stadium. But who do you think this benefits today? The move from Buffalo, a stadium that's cold, the weather, now to Detroit, an indoor stadium, turf. Who does it benefit? Cleveland with the run game or Buffalo with the pass/run with the quarterback?
I think it's neutral, Victor. I think both teams have the advantage. I mean, it could have been played in Cleveland too with windy, wintry conditions, or in Buffalo with the snow and stuff. So I think it favors both teams, like the 72-degree confines of Ford Field. So we'll see what happens. But I don't know. I think the Browns could sneak it out here.
Wow. And I saw your pick last night. And I said to myself, he is really, you know what? And people think it's going to be a high-scoring game, Eric. And I don't think it's going to be a high-scoring game for the simple fact that Cleveland Browns run the ball. However, if they allow the Buffalo Bills to get up on them, start, putting points on the board, they're going to have to, they're going to have to let go of the run game, and it's going to be basically the passing game. And that's where they get out of character for themselves, and that's where they lose the game. They're going to have to keep the defense is very important today for Cleveland. They're going to have to not let the Buffalo Bills get these huge, big plays. And in my opinion, just force the action. They're going to have to slow them down a little bit if they're going to continue to run Chubb and Hunt, because Jacoby Brissett, I like him. Amari Cooper, I like him, but, that's not their identity. They're a running team. They're a physical team, and they get after the quarterback. I don't know if they're going to do that today. That's why I chose the Buffalo Bills to win this game. But so you got your Jets in New England, all right? So the last time these teams met, New England burst the Jets bubble, right? The last time they met, New England beat the Jets 22-17. And I believe the last meeting, was it It was in Gillette Stadium, or was it? It should have been in New York. What do you think?
Yeah, it was in MetLife. It was the day before Halloween. It was played on October 30th. That game.
Yeah. So, what do you think about this game right now? I mean, this kid, Zach Wilson, has he grown up? Is he able to go out there and lead this team to a victory over Bill Belichick and a New England Patriot team who's kind of lost their identity as well? I mean, Mac Jones is not the guy that we've seen early in his career. Made a couple mistakes. Can Bill Belichick scheme his way out of this game because the talent level isn't there?
Well, Mac Jones was supposed to be Tom Brady version 2.0, but hasn't come into fruition yet. But the Patriots are only 3.5-point favorites. And the over-under on this game is only 38. So I'm thinking it's going to be a defensive struggle, Victor. But Ramondre Stevenson in the first matchup between these two teams had an awesome game. I think the Patriots are going to focus on the run, and I think the Patriots put the Jets away again. The Jets just, they did the ugly stepchild. They cannot beat the Patriots, it seems. It's ridiculous.
Exactly, right? And this is my thing. They're not at home. I mean, the mistakes are more magnified away from your confines of your stadium. I mean, you're going to be pressing. And Belichick, to me, like you said, Ramondre Stevenson, I think they're going to rely on the run today. Quick little out passes, and they're going to hit you with that one pass, that one long one, and then they're just going to run the ball on you. They're going to take away what you do best, and they're going to frustrate the quarterback. That's the formula, in my opinion, for Bill Belichick and what he does to actually beat quarterbacks, and especially young quarterbacks. He loves getting young quarterbacks frustrated. And if you could see what Zach Wilson did, I mean, he was terrible in a couple of previous games where he's just throwing the ball away into the other team's hands. So what game has you excited today, though, besides that game? Besides the Cleveland Buffalo and the New York Jets and New England, are you going to watch one of those in its entirety? But what has you excited today? Is it that Dallas Minnesota game, KC Chargers, Giants Detroit? What is it?
I have a lot of fantasy invested in the Bears-Falcons game, Victor. I want to see Justin Fields have one of his tremendous games again. I mean, this guy, for the last 3-4 weeks, has been the real deal. It's kind of like watching Michael Vick a couple of years ago and stuff, the way he's playing his game. And he's hooked up with Cole Kmet, tight end, Lee. They've had a nice one, too. They got Darnell Mooney catching the ball. The Bears' offense is great. The Bears only had a defense, but I think a lot of points to be scored this game between the Bears and the Falcons. I mean, no playoff implications on the line, but just, good entertaining old football and stuff.
Yeah, definitely. I like Justin Fields. To me, is coming into his own right now. He's starting to understand that, hey, I'm an athlete. I don't have to fit in this bubble of just being a quarterback. I'm an athlete, and I can make runs. I mean, that run he had, was ridiculous. I mean, the guy's he's gonna get over 60, 70 yards today rushing, in my opinion. But Darnell Mooney and Cole Kmet, Notre Damer, by the way, is definitely going to be somebody that he's going to rely on today. And don't sleep on the run game. Khalil Herbert from Virginia Tech, and you also got Montgomery. I mean, we'll see. We'll see what that run game looks like today. But I think that offense all revolves around him, just the same way it does with the Atlanta Falcons and Cordell Patterson, and you got Marcus Mariota. I think Marcus Mariota today for this game, they're at home too. For them to win this game, he has to cut down on those plays that are just, those throwaway plays, those runs where he needs to run to get the first down, but he goes out of bounds. It's got to be smart today. And unbelievable to me that Cordell Patterson, a lot of people don't talk about this guy. He is a utility knife, just like Jason, the kid out of New Orleans Saints. I forgot his name, Jason Taysom. And he is, and he is like, Cordell Patterson was a wide receiver. I mean, now they have him taking handoffs out the backfield. How talented is this guy? And he's racking up a lot of yards. And also they have Algier, the running back out of BYU. Tough runner. He's gonna get his yards at the goal line yards. But Cordell Patterson is definitely good, and don't forget the tight end out of Georgia. He's definitely a matchup nightmare. I think that's going to be one of those games to where it's going to be who has the ball last or field goal to win that game. I'm looking at today, besides my New York Giants, I'm looking at this Dallas and Minnesota game. Not because it's one of those high-profile games, but because Ezekiel Elliott's back. He's going to be playing today. You're also going up against an 8-1 Minnesota team who has, guess what? Justin Jefferson, who was picked six picks after CeeDee Lamb. The Dallas Cowboys could have had Justin Jefferson. How crazy is that, right? They could have had Justin Jefferson. That's nuts, right? They could have had Justin Jefferson, right? Yeah. So,
CeeDee Lamb's been playing pretty well lately, Victor, though. He had a great week last week, Lamb. I just got to look at catches.
Yeah.
Or whatever. I know he had a good awesome game last week.
Oh, don't get me wrong. CeeDee Lamb is a big boy. CeeDee Lamb is a man amongst boys. I mean, CeeDee Lamb is a man. He can do his thing. I'm just looking for a bounce back this week from Dak Prescott. He's got a lot of pressure on him, man. Everybody's calling for Cooper Rush. The Cowboys are 4-0 before Dak came back. Dak is not doing what he needs to do. He's getting paid so much. Cooper Rush, blah, 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 blah. Zeke is coming back. Zeke is taking all these snaps from Tony Pollard. Tony Pollard has been running better than Zeke. I mean, there's so many dynamics to this game. There's so many stories. But I think the Cowboys, they don't go lose 2 in a row. And I just think Kirk Cousins, and I know it's not prime time. It's close. 325 game. It's close. We know he can't play during. Am I right, Eric? He cannot play during prime time. It's like, yeah, he's Mr. 1 o'clock. Kirk Cousins, I'm glad he's not playing on Thanksgiving because he'd probably not show up. I mean, he probably wouldn't show up. OMG. I don't think I'm going to eat that day. I might not even give thanks until after the game.
My question is, do the Giants against the Lions and do the Cowboys against the Vikings kind of like look ahead to Thursday's game rather than having their mind focused on today's game? That's my only concern, and that's what I talked about last night on my show about the trap game the Giants usually have, and I told you last week versus Houston, and I picked Detroit today, as you heard last night. I picked the trap game today, but are these teams looking ahead to next week? Psychologically, sometimes the players do that, Victor.
But Eric, let me tell you something. If this was a team led by a Joe Judge or a Ben McAdoo, I would see that. I would see that. But this is Brian Daboll to me is a guy who's gonna be putting these guys in the right mindset. And they got to know that, hey, this is a game. Because think about this. The Giants have their schedule. It gets ridiculous. They have the hardest remaining schedule after this game in the NFL. In the NFL, they have the hardest remaining schedule after this. I'm going to go through these games that they have, but it is ridiculous to where the Giants are going to go after this. But they have to win this game. And I think the difference is, Eric, is that the head coach. If you look at the Cowboys, what coach do they have? Exactly, because Mike McCarthy is not a head coach. I'm telling you right now.
He's got the string, the puppet string.
Exactly, right? So if you think about that and you look at exactly what the Giants have, I think the Giants will. And this is I wasn't going to talk about this till later, but let's get into it since we're here. The Giants, to me, they will struggle in this game. I think they will struggle in this game because I think the Detroit Lions, they just throw caution to the wind and they just blitz and they stack up towards the run. And they don't think the Giants have wide receivers to catch the ball or anybody to receive. We don't have a tight end. Bellinger's in. We had to call a guy up from the practice squad in Cage. Only wide receiver that we have is the one that we was going to cast away and trade. But with that being said, I think the team – and it took me a while to come to grips with this, Eric. I'll get to my point. It took me a while to come to grip with this because I'm always used to hearing guys' names, Odell Beckham Jr., Justin Jefferson. And I looked at this team. I said, I don't know anybody on the Giants at wide receiver, but they're still doing the job. And that's what I like, because these guys, and this is just my opinion, they all don't want to lose their jobs. When you won't want to lose your job, you're going to stick to the script and you're going to do what you need to do. And these guys play for each other. And I just think that they're going to start slow. They're not going to lose focus, but they're going to start slow. And then they're going to end up winning this game. It's going to be a close game. As for the Cowboys.
I got a question for you, Victor. I got a question for you.
Yeah, go ahead.
You said Odell Beckham Jr. took the words right out of my mouth. So here's the deal. He's working out. He wants to sign with the team after Thanksgiving. Do you think he goes to the Giants? And how would that break up the chemistry if he went to the Giants?
There's no chemistry to break up there, because
I'm talking about the locker room. That's what I'm talking about.
the locker room. Well, this is the thing. This is the thing. Gettleman was a problem, in my opinion. He thought he needed a different locker room. Odell Beckham Jr. wasn't a problem. He was passionate. You have to have a coach that's going to actually work with that guy and his passion. You look at Mike Tomlin. When did you hear anything about Antonio Brown? After he left, right? So coaches can change that. So Mike Tomlin is a guy who kept AB under wraps, except for that, that time he had in the locker room, he was recording and stuff like that. And it started getting a little out of hand, but he kept that under wraps for years. And he worked with AB. I think the same thing can happen for Brian Daboll. Brian Daboll is able to work with Odell Beckham. And a lot of people are saying this: Odell Beckham doesn't want to play. He wants to play for a contender. And people are saying, oh, he tore his ACL on turf and he doesn't want to play for a team with turf. Well, the Cowboys play on turf. Giants play on turf. So, I mean, who does he have familiarity with? Is it the lure of the Dallas Cowboys money, the star, or is he going to go home and finish what he didn't start? I mean, start what he didn't finish in New York City. I mean, I think he goes back to New York. I want him to go back to New York, but I mean, I'm not in his head. Cowboys may give him more money. It will be a shitstorm, if he goes to Dallas. I'm telling you right now, if he goes to Dallas, it's going to be a shitstorm, and Giants fans are going to turn on him, and he'll have the worst press ever. That jersey is going to get burned. I'm telling you right now. Not by me, but I'm just saying. I'm telling you right now, they just burned this jersey and stuff like that. It's crazy. So, hey, real quick, I want to get into so we talked about some football. I know you guys do a lot of talking about baseball on your show. What do you think about the Yankees and DeGrom?
Wow, there's so many rumors out there. And, everything's based on Aaron Judge right now. Whether Aaron Judge stays or goes, and like I said, I'm hoping this gets done sooner than later, because there's got to be a plan B if Aaron Judge leaves. And the more and more this drags out, plan B, plan C, plan D go away, because these guys will start signing with other teams. But like I said, also in the NBA and NFL, when the free agency happens, it comes out like a rocket, basically. Free agency comes out in baseball, it's kind of like, we'll just lay back like we're sitting on the lake going fishing and stuff like that. So I don't know, but I'm hoping Justin Verlander comes to the Yankees. I'd rather have Justin Verlander than DeGrom. Because with injuries and stuff over the past couple of years, I don't know, but Justin Verlander was a changed man this year, coming off the Tommy John surgery, and the guy can still bring it.
Does his age bother you?
Not really, because he never. Just Nolan Ryan. Nolan Ryan pitched well into his 40s. I don't think his age bothers me. It just means he goes out there and does the job. And he's like at a different level. I think like that. He's like a Max Scherzer. He's just on a different level of Verlander.
Yeah, that's something. The Yankees, people always say he's 4 years older than DeGrom anyway. 4 years. I mean, that's just more seasoning, in my opinion, if you think about it. I kind of like your idea with Verlander. He's been in those big situations. Granted, I wouldn't give him more than a 3-year deal, though. He would not get more than a 2-year deal.
No, it's got to be a 3 or 2 year.
Yeah, I'm not paying a 50-year-old man. I'm not giving him that much money to be going out there throwing. Definitely no 10-year contracts at all. So, so a lot of head coaches, Eric, a lot of head coaches are on the hot seat. I mean, you got to look at definitely not. I was gonna say Washington, but I'm not gonna say Washington, Indiana and Indianapolis. I mean, they got Jeff Saturday. You also have New Orleans and Dennis Allen, and you also have, I mean, the hottest seat in the NFL right now, in my opinion. But he's not gonna get fired. Is Josh McDaniels hot? That seat is cooking. And then you have Cliff Kingsbury. And that I'm telling you right now. And if Nathaniel Hackett loses this game, I don't think he survives, because he just, I mean, when did he get hired? Last year or this year? Is he just his first year?
This year, he's clueless, Victor. He doesn't know how to time manage a game. It's horrible what he did at the beginning of the season. He lost games on his own, basically. Not players, he lost the game.
Well, yeah, you let your $200 million quarterback sit on the sidelines while you let a kicker kick a 63-yard field goal or 61-yard field goal on a 4th and 3. I mean, I'm letting Russ cook to the last minute. It's going to be his fault, not mine, the decision I make. But, yeah, those two I see. But Josh McDaniels, man, that 2-7, Devontae Adams, Josh Jacobs, Darren Waller. I mean, they have a ton of talent. And it's just terrible the way they look. And I'm looking at Cincinnati. You Renfro. I mean, that kid's like carved out a little space for himself in the NFL. A little a Wes Welker type cutout. Cincinnati. How can one team go from destroying teams and then one of your guys go out and everybody's just mediocre? What does that say about that team? I mean, Jamar Chase gone, and your offense is just in disarray.
Yeah, offensive line, horrible. It's like cheese, their offensive line. They can't block. It's crazy.
He's the most sacked quarterback in the last 2 years in NFL history. And they had
this revamped offensive line this year. So they were supposed to be all revamped, but what happened? It was revamped. It's horrible.
Yeah, it was. Hey, they need security over there. I know they need some security. And then you have Arizona, Cliff Kingsbury. All right, this run and shoot offense he's implementing in the NFL, it does not work. And from my understanding, is a lot of NFL players, and I watch a lot of these NFL players do some videos on YouTube and stuff like that. And Shady McCoy is a very honest former NFL player, and he said Kyler Murray is trash because he doesn't know how to read defenses. And all he does is run around and play like he's in high school or college, running around. And I don't see any adjustments on this team. I see just running around, throwing the ball to the open person. He rarely takes the ball under center. I mean, something's just odd about that team at 4-6 going against the 49ers, who have a resurgence since they got CMC. And now him and Debo are going to play together. I just think Cliff Kingsbury is somebody that's going to be under the spotlight this weekend as well. And Matt LaFleur, Green Bay Packers. Wow. I
think LaFleur stays, though.
You think he stays?
Yeah, he's won a lot of games over the past couple of years. I think everything gets played, with the Packers, you couldn't sign Devontae Adams. And it showed. I said it in August. I said losing Adams would be huge. I said losing Tyreek still would be huge, but I had egg on my face because the Chiefs have put it together with what they have, but the Packers have not. LaFleur, it goes a long way. I mean, look at the special teams. They're getting blocked kicks. It's horrible, this team. They're just so bad. And, Aaron Rodgers, too. He's 39, 40 years old. He hasn't aged as well as Brady has aged. Let's put it that way.
And there's a rumor out there that he could be traded. Imagine Aaron Rodgers being traded. Would you trade?
You know where his destination? You know what the destination is perfect for him, Victor? Pittsburgh Steelers. What do you think about that?
I like Aaron Rodgers with Pittsburgh. It's a running game. They need to beef up the defense and offensive line a lot, though. The offensive line is not the old offensive line for the Steelers the way it used to be. But how about this? How about if Tom Brady leaves? How about you bring Aaron Rodgers to Tampa?
I have my sights set on Jimmy Garoppolo a trade or anything, but I think he goes there and Garoppolo comes to the Buccaneers.
Wow. So
trade, but yeah.
you know what though? And you know what, Eric? I don't. Brady has always loved the 49ers. Just everybody's loved the 49ers. If you're a quarterback and you're in the NFL, you love the 49ers because you love Joe Montana. Everybody loved Joe Montana if you're a quarterback. Brady and Rodgers loved Montana. They always wanted to go there. So I can see Brady in San Francisco. Oh my God, that defense, Deebo Samuels, that running game, Brandon Ayuk. I mean, get him a good tight end. That would be ridiculous. I think that would extend his career about 2 more years. And you think about, you're right. You think about Trey Lance sitting there learning from Tom Brady. I mean, what is his contract? His contract is you paying him his first year contract. You got him for 5 years, Trey Lance, since you got him in the first round. I mean, he's learning for 5 years or 3 years from Tom Brady. I'd take that without even hesitation. So, I mean, but you know what though? The way this climate has gone this year and all the trades and stuff like that, I wouldn't put it past Harry Roseman signing Tom Brady. The Eagles, where are the Eagles getting all this money from, Eric? Where are they getting this money? They signed that Dominican Sue.
They have all the problems in Philadelphia over the years with the mayor and stuff like that. But yeah, the money's been collecting. I think it's I don't know. They have reserve maybe.
And Linval Joseph.
Yeah.
A former Giant. Well, yeah, the Giants play the Eagles in week 12, I think, or 14. I'm not sure, but I know they play them at the last game of the year. I know that, the last game of the year. And I'm like, come on, man. This is crazy. Where is this money coming from? Because we don't have no money. All right, the Giants play the Cowboys Thanksgiving, 24th, week 13. Now, this is the schedule I'm talking about for the Giants. They got a schedule coming up. Then they got the Redskins. That's not a pickup. That's not a gimme game, week 13. Week 14. Yeah, week 14, the Philly comes to New York, and they have them week 18, which is crazy. But they got Philly after that, week 15. Look at this. Look at the schedule. Giants, week 15. There's no more buys for us. Come on. We go to Washington at week 15. Week 16, be real quick here. Week 16, at Minnesota. That's a tough game. At Minnesota, right? Yeah. And week 17 is, who's this? Week 17, the Giants are, okay, they have the Colts at New York Giants. And then they have Philly at the last game, week 18, in Philly. In Philly. And this is the thing. I don't want that game, Eric, to be a game where Philly needs that game. You know what I'm saying? I need Philly. I need Philly to have the NFC East wrapped up, and then they just play, their second stringers. They don't want to get anybody hurt. Because that'll allow us to. Yeah. Yeah. Heartburn, I'm telling you, my family, they know. They're all going to be at Thanksgiving. They're going to be like, this is not going to be good. Your dad's going to be acting crazy. And it's Dallas nonetheless. And it's in Dallas, I believe. Is it in Dallas? Let me look at that. Is it in Dallas? It's in Dallas. So think about that. Let me make sure. Is it in Dallas? Let me see. No, it's at no, hold on. It's in Dallas, right? Week 13. Week 12. Let me see. Yeah, in Dallas. And they get up for that game. I'm telling you, I got friends that go there and they have that game. Yeah, in Dallas. It's going to be crazy, man. So Yeah, unreal. Something that we got to just work through. But I mean, so what do you think about Philly losing last week to the Washington Commanders? Was that just something? Is that an anomaly, or is that just something that Philly has a problem with scrambling quarterbacks and teams that stop their running game?
Well, yeah, I was pretty shocked watching that game, but Washington's game plan coming out was like, hey, we're just going to ground this in town. We're going to use our two running backs and stuff. And they literally kept getting first off the field in the first half, basically, So it was a total domination. I mean, you put an 8-0 Philly coming in. And, were they exposed, the Eagles? I mean, were they really the 8-0 team, or was their schedule so easy?
Not a bad point there, because okay, hold on. Now I gotta go, and now I gotta go look at this. Now you got me going, looking back at the schedule and see if it was that easy. Oh, Jesus Christ. Now I got to look at the schedule and see if it was that easy, because you're right. Was it a lot of games piled up in front to boost their ego up? I mean, we all know they have talent, right? I mean, the Eagles have talent. They are talented, but let's just say, all right, so week 1 of the regular season, they barely beat Detroit 38-35. They beat Minnesota 24-7. Wow. They beat Washington 24-8. Jacksonville, Arizona, Dallas, Pittsburgh, Houston, and then they lost to Washington in week 10. And they play Indianapolis today. So that schedule, I mean, yeah, it wasn't that difficult. I mean, you got Detroit coming out of the gate, a Minnesota Vikings team that don't know who they are, a Commanders team that had a ton of things going on, a Jacksonville team that was just Jacksonville, Arizona, who's just Arizona. You had Dallas. I don't know if Dak played that game, but I think he did. They had a bye. Yeah, it was a home game. And then you had Pittsburgh. I mean, come on. Then Houston. Then the Washington Commanders again, who they lost to. I mean, and that's the NFC East in a whole right there, Eric. We always beat up on each other.
Yeah, but look what they have. They have the Colts to play Indianapolis, then they play
Green Bay.
Huge game against Tennessee.
Then they play the Bears. So look at the teams that are coming up. And this is why Harry Roseman, to me, is a great GM. Look at the teams coming up after the Washington game and tell me, are these not heavy run teams? And why he went and got Ndamukong Suh. You got to deal with Jonathan Taylor today. You got to deal with Aaron Jones. You got to deal with Derrick Henry week 13. You got to deal with Saquon Barkley week 14. You got to deal with Khalil Herbert in the Chicago Bears and their quarterback week 15. And you got to deal with Dallas, Zeke and Pollard. And you got to deal with Alvin Kamara. Then you got to deal with the Giants again. So think about that. I mean, that is a smart GM. He's like, we got to plug the hole, because if you look at that defensive line, all I see, I mean, you think about it, I see Fletcher Cox. Fletcher Cox is the guy. You got Robert Quinn, you got some guys on the outside, you got Brandon Graham, but they needed guys, and these guys are going to be fresh. A lot of people didn't think that Robert Quinn was going to be anything, but look, they're getting him from the long haul, not for right now. He's going to be in a rotation, playoffs, it's going to be fresh, and they're going to come in waves, man.
Well, Victor, look at Ndamukong Suh. He goes straight shipping. What is it, 35, 36 years old? So he basically sat out for 10 weeks, and now they have him fresh for the remainder of the season and the playoffs. So look at that.
You figure about 12 more games for Ndamukong Suh, and he sat out for like 8 games, so he's not playing a full season.
Right.
And he's healthy. Wow. So I really like Harry Roseman. I hate to say that because I'm a Giants fan, but I gotta give props where it is, and I gotta figure out who's his accountant over there, because they got money, man. It's just money. I don't know where it's coming from, Eric. You figure it out.
I work in finance. I think you have to order the Eagles books there.
Oh, no doubt.
Where the money is.
No doubt. We got to find out where they get this money from. But if the contracts, and I think I understand. Think about the people that they have on the team right now, Eric. They're all young, not rookies, but they're third guys on their second or third years. You got Devontae Smith, you got Jalen Hurts. I mean, you got a lot of guys on that team who are in their third years. You got some older veterans, they come in veteran minimums, and the only thing about that sucks is when the time comes, you got to pay them. That's the only thing.
Well, that's the thing. They talk about the window. The window might be closed on the Eagles, so it could be like now or never because once these guys want to pay, and you pay people more when their contracts are coming up and they make all the money in the world. So this might be a small window for them to actually win this year or a bust, basically.
Exactly. And the last game I want to ask you about here is KC and the Los Angeles Chargers. A lot going on here to cover with this game. And I only say a lot because there's a lot of injuries on the Chargers with regard to their wide receiving core. Williams, wide receivers out, and I believe the other wide receivers out as well. But KC has Juju Smith-Schuster out due to concussion protocol. But they do have a wide receiver that is new to the family over there. He just got there. I don't think he has a hamstring injury anymore, but I'm gonna let that go. Kadarius Toney is out there with them, but he doesn't have his full bevy of wide receivers. Mecole Hardman is out today, but the Chargers always seem to have the KC's number, and to me, it's because of Austin Eckler. That guy is a machine. Have you seen this guy? He runs, he catches, he blocks when he can. He's a small guy, but he's so dynamic to me, Austin Eckler. I mean, he's a focal point of that offense, and I just think it's just hard cover for those Bolton for linebacker in KC. But you got Patrick Mahomes. I mean, who do you got winning this game?
Yeah, Mahomes. He just takes the game over, Victor. So it's a big game tonight. San Diego for the Jekyll and Hyde team. I mean, so many people had this.
Well, they're not San Diego anymore. They're Los Angeles Chargers. I know.
Yeah, I know.
I know, Eric. I get caught too sometimes. I always think of San Diego Chargers. I love LaDainian Tomlinson when he was there and Drew Brees. I love Antonio Gates. I don't know why they left San Diego. Dan Fouts. I mean, hey, so watch this today. If you don't know today, Dan Fouts is going to be doing a special with Justin Herbert today. You know how they do that on NFL Network to where they go and they discuss the game and how they play the game. You're going to see Justin Herbert and Dan Fouts talk about that today. It's going to be pretty awesome, though. All right, so before I let you go, Eric, I know I talked to you too long. I'm sorry about that, but you're a great caller, and you always have great insight. All right, give me your upset game today, and give me your lock game today.
Okay, so my upset game will be the Detroit Lions going into MetLife Stadium.
Oh! You stabbed me in the back, Eric. You stabbed me in the back. Let me take this knife out of my back, Eric.
You want to know my lock for the day?
Yes.
My lock for the day is the under in that game, under 45 points, because the winds are going to be howling, and it's just going to be Saquon Barkley versus Williams and Swift, the two-headed monster on Detroit. So that's my lock of the day, under in the Giants game, 45 points, under 45.
You couldn't pick another lock on a different game. You had to give me the dagger in both games, huh? Okay. All right. No, you're definitely right. I definitely understand that. It's going to be a game. Like I said, I don't have the Giants coming out here like gangbusters coming out here. And like I said, I've always said this team, when I watch them on Hard Knocks and I watch them play, the Detroit Lions are so crafty. They're so gritty. And look, they're 3-6. They're not making the playoffs. So guess what they're going to do? They're going to throw out all the stops. They're going to do everything. Jared Goff needs to be on his butt today for the Giants to win. I need Kayvon Thibodeau to actually get a sack today and not just pressures. Pressures are okay. I want the kid to get a sack, a full sack, like him on, not a half a sack, not this sack. I need the kid to get a sack today. Jahad Ward is a guy I like today. One guy we're missing today, like I said, due to his injury, is our safety. But we have Justin Love out there, Julian Love, excuse me, not Justin, Julian Love out there in there. And Moreau is a guy, number 37. I want you to watch 37 today. If he is on St. Brown today, at any time, they're going to throw the ball to him, and he's going to catch it. 37 is a guy, I mean, I like his grit, but he's just not a cover corner. So it's going to be an interesting game, though. Interesting game. All right. My locks for today are Baltimore's a lock for me, despite Lamar Jackson not having his people. It's a lock. I mean, you got you know who's the quarterback for Carolina, right?
Is it TJ Watson playing today, quarterback, or is it Darno? I can't tell. What's his name?
Baker Mayfield.
Is it Baker?
Baker Mayfield is the Baker Mayfield. So, and my upset of the day is I think Houston may beat Washington today.
Wow.
I got Houston beating Washington, and it's all because of that running game. And like I said, running game. Pierce he's just a. I mean, the guy is just tremendous. He doesn't go down. Yeah, he runs tremendously. I love his work ethic, and these guys have to just pass the ball, run, play defense. So we'll see how it goes. So
yeah, exactly.
Definitely.
My Buccaneers have to buy, so I can just sit back, relax today, picture, and watch all the games. So.
And let me tell you something about before you go, your Buccaneers. Let me tell you something, man. I was amazed at the fact that the way they win the games, man. Tom Brady is just. I don't know why don't they play like that from the beginning? It just doesn't make sense. Huh? It just is, yeah.
There's so much discontent on this team. The receivers are dropping passes, and Mike Evans and Godwin dropping passes. Geez. But, Brady, he gets tipped off, and he chews out his receiving core, and the running backs, too. I mean, Fournette might be on his way out now and stuff. So we'll see what happens. They were a little lively on the running game last week, but in week past, they were relying on the passing. So they have a game, I think. They can't have Brady throw the ball 50 times a game.
Well, that running back you have back there, too, besides Leonard Fournette, is pretty good, too.
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah, Rashad White.
Running back.
He had 22 carries and 5 yards last week.
That kid he's special. They need to work around him. But it does suck for the fact that Brady, a lot of people retired on the offensive line. Gronk didn't come back. I mean, there's a lot working against this guy. And they need to stop Brady from throwing 50 times a game. But you can't. His arm's going to be like jelly in week 16. It's just crazy.
He's probably headed to the playoffs, and even if they go to the playoffs just to get a home game. So would it be ironic, Victor, if the Giants have let's say a 12-5 record, and the Buccaneers are 9-8 with their division, and the Giants have to go to Tampa to play the game?
Not for nothing, Eric. That happened. Remember, the Giants were 9-7, and a team with a better record had to go and see them. I remember that.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely. Well, hey, Eric, before I let you go, hey, plug your show again. Let us know where we could hear you, Murph and E-Dubs at.
Yeah, Murph and E-Dubs on Podbean app. If you want to hear us live on Friday nights, 9 o'clock, and Tuesdays and Wednesdays.
That's 9 o'clock Eastern, correct? 9 o'clock Eastern.
9 o'clock Eastern. Yep. Sorry about that. 9 o'clock Eastern, and on Podbean. And then if you want to hear our show streamed, we're available on all the streaming platforms: Apple, Google, Amazon, Spotify. So you can find us there as well. But it's always good to hear the show live, Victor, because we're, as you can tell, you enjoyed it last night. We're pretty interesting.
Oh, it was definitely interesting. If you haven't heard their show, or you need to go listen to their show on Podbean. I mean, it's pretty interesting stuff. Murph and E Dubs on Podbean. Rich is a good Rich is a funny guy. If you want to hear a heavy New York accent, you want to hear a guy give it to you raw, and you want a guy that knows a ton of information. E knows his stuff. I mean, Eric knows his stuff. I mean, if you want to get into baseball, definitely football and college football stuff. I mean, he's definitely into it. Eric, I appreciate you, brother. Thank you for calling. You have a happy Thanksgiving. I'm definitely gonna have a Thanksgiving show. Definitely. You guys cooking? You cooking?
I go to my in-laws' house every weekend the next time over, so I'll be over there. I'm gonna get my mom this week. I'm gonna go down to Jersey, get my mom, bring her up. This is our first Thanksgiving without my dad. My dad passed away in January.
Oh, sorry to hear that.
Here and try to make the best of it for her and stuff like that. But yeah, happy Thanksgiving to you as well, Victor, you and your family and stuff. And it's been great talking to you. I can't wait for you to join our show. Hopefully the technical glitches get ironed out and stuff like that.
Hey, E, before you go, Eric, E, I was working on that for a while last night. I've been trying to figure it out but I'll call you. I'll discuss it with you. We'll text each other and I'll figure it out. Because I definitely want to get on you guys' show and talk to you guys. You guys are a bunch of great guys. You have a lot of information and a lot of knowledge, and the show is just fun too. I love it.
Yeah, we do a couple minutes just on shit, just like, pop culture stuff, and then we dive into the sports. We don't want to give too many numbers. I think people get bored with the numbers and stuff, but, like you do, you keep it interesting, Victor, all around the pool, about all the games. So, we like to keep it interesting. It's, we have kids call in too. My son called in about a week ago. We had one of his friends call in last night. So it's always fun when the kids call in, and they're knowledgeable, these kids. They know a lot of stuff. So.
I know it's crazy. These kids know a lot of stuff today. Definitely. Well, E, I appreciate you calling in, brother. You have a great day. Enjoy the games, and you have a happy Thanksgiving. And you're doing great, man. I appreciate it. If you don't know the show is called Murph and E Dubs. You can do it on Podbean. It's a great show. I'm gonna put it up on here. You guys can go to the webpage, and you guys can listen to those guys on Friday nights, 9 p.m. Eastern. Murph and E Dubs. Hey, Eric, thank you, brother. I appreciate you calling in. You're always welcome to call into the show. You're knowledgeable. Thank you so much. Have a great, and happy Thanksgiving.
Thanks, Victor. It's been a pleasure. I really appreciate it. You too as well. And we'll be talking. Take care, buddy.
All right. Thanks, Eric. Appreciate it. All right. That was Eric from the Murph and E Dubs show. Eric is a good guy. Uta, I got to catch up on some stuff here. Uta says that Chargers are going to get mossed by KC. Yes, I believe. Also says, go Coach Saturday. Great show today. Get some chicken pot pies. Nope. No chicken pot pies for me. No chicken pot pies for me. All right. So I've never done this before, but I'm going to have a brief intermission because I got to go pee pee. I'll be right back, guys. All right. Sorry about that. Needed a little break there, but I am back. Okay, so that was Edub and Murph of the Murph and Edub show. Great caller, like I said. Always love his content. If you don't know, I'm gonna put this information up here in the comments so you guys can see it. Man, that guy's he's awesome, man. He's a good dude. There's good people out there in the world. Definitely. See if I can find this information that he sent to me. I'm going to give you guys. So first of all, Uta, I do not like pot pies. I don't know if you guys know, I do not like pot pies. It's a hang up of mine, but people, you could like pot pies. I do not like them. I guess it's because, when you grow up on pot pies, it's just not cool. But I grew up on a lot of pot pies. Really don't like pot pies. All right, let me get this information. Why is my dog trying to get in the room? All right, so what I'll do is I'll go ahead and I'll post it on my oh, there's it. Right, hold on, I got it right here. Here it is. Bam. So if you want to listen to it, go to this site here. I'm gonna post it up in the comments for you guys. Whoop. There you have it. All right. The Murph and Edub Sports Show on Podbean. You can check it out there. You definitely can go in and look in there and actually get a notification to when they go live, so you'd be good to go. All right, I'm gonna go down through my picks as quick as possible here because the game's gonna start soon. All right, Chicago, Atlanta. I have Chicago, Atlanta. I have Atlanta in this game. Okay. As far as the bettors go, right now the best bet is the under 48.5. Okay, go under. But Atlanta at 2.5 points means they have to win by 3. If you like Atlanta, you like Mariota, the run game for Chicago. The run game is going to also include the quarterback. So probably look at going under 48.5 points. All right, Cleveland and Buffalo. All right, this game right here is going to be something, right? So the Browns are at a +7.5 in this game, if I believe. The Browns. They're at a +7.5. You could probably take the spread on the Browns. The over, I wouldn't take the over in this game due to the fact that they're going to have a lot of running going on this game. However, I picked the Bills. I just did the Bills money line. If you want to do the Bills money line, that's the best bet to do. Commanders, Texans. I got the Washington Commanders with the spread here. Even though it's my upset over here, you also have over 41.5 points. I wouldn't do over 41.5 points. I take the spread on them. All right, Eagles, Colts. All right, the spread for the Eagles, Colts is +6.5. The over is 45.5. I would not take the over on this. I would definitely take the spread. I think the Eagles are going to just destroy the Colts today. And it's going to happen. I picked the Eagles to win this game as well. Jets, Patriots. I got the Patriots winning this game. Money line. The Jets are at 3.5. The over is 38. I picked the Jets. The Patriots money line. Lions and Giants. I have the Giants by the spread. This game is basically, it's not a good game to pick, but you got to pick something. The over is 45. I don't think they score over 45 here. All right, Panthers and Ravens. I have the Ravens winning this game. The over is 41.5 points. Carolina is +13. I just got the Panthers at money line. Rams Saints is the interesting game. The spread is 2.5 for the Saints. The over is 39.5. I don't look at much offense coming out of this game. You have the Red Rifle, and you have Matthew Stafford throwing to nobody on that team. So they may score over 40 points. That's probably a thing, but I take the spread in this one with I take money line with this one. New Orleans Saints winning this game. Denver and the Raiders. Denver and Las Vegas Raiders. I picked Denver money line with this game. The spread is 2.5, -2.5, and the over is 41.5. Cowboys Vikings. Dallas is spread at 1.5. The over is 48.5. The over might be good too, but I got Dallas at the spread. They'll win by more than 1.5 points today. I got Dallas. Bengals and Steelers. Bengals spread 3.5. Over is 40. I don't know. This might be one of those sloppy games to where, they end up going over. But you can't lose with that game, in my opinion, because I think the Bengals offense is a little bit better than the Steelers, but the Steelers defense is a little bit better than the Bengals offense. All right, Chiefs Chargers. I picked the Chiefs money line. Chiefs Chargers. These two teams are in the same division, and it's like it's give or take. It's like the Giants playing the Cowboys. They know each other. All right, 49ers Cardinals. Arizona +8. 49ers. It's a Monday night game. The over is 43.5. I just picked the 49ers money line. I don't know what's going to happen in this game. Kyler Murray is going to play or not. But, stranger things have happened. I got the 49ers winning this game. So that is it today. I had a great time today. I appreciate you guys. I want everyone to have a happy Thanksgiving. I want everybody to give thanks. Also, if you know anybody who doesn't have or who can't provide themselves or their family with a happy Thanksgiving this year, try to help them out. Do something special for someone else this year. I know my wife she's tremendous at doing those things, and I'm learning to do more of those things with her. It warms my heart. It brings joy not to me but to other people, and seeing joy to other people's faces really, really, really makes me feel good as well. So, if she's someone in need, help them. Most importantly, enjoy the football game, and I will be there. It will be a show. It will be a tremendous show. Thanksgiving Day, Giants, Dallas Cowboys. I'll be there. I love you guys. I'm out. Enjoy the games.